ॐ नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय। ॐ नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय। नारायणं नमस्कृत्य नरं चैव नरोत्तमं देवीं सरस्वतीं व्यासं ततो जयामुदीरयेत्। नष्टप्रायेष्वभद्रेषु नित्यं भागवत सेवया भगवत्युत्तमश्लोके भक्तिर्भवति नैष्टिकी। हरे कृष्णा। Last class we discussed till which sloka? Hmm? 23rd is finished. So Parishit Maharaj was asking various questions. And also we have seen devotional jigyasa behind those questions. We discussed based upon the Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur's commentary. So I request all of the devotees to also remember that. So we'll be asking question on that. And also devotional jignasa behind those questions. What kind of jignasa related to devotion he is having for asking that question? Also you should mention. That is not there in the Subodhini. That is while discussing. So I explained. So based upon that you should write. Hmm? Who? No, he wrote for almost everything. Yeah, like that. You should write. So we are starting from 24th sloka, okay? 24th or 23rd? Huh? We finished now 23rd? We should start. Twenty-third, everyone, pakka? यथात्मतंत्रो भगवान् विक्रीड्यात्ममायया विसृज्य वा यथा मायाम् उदास्ते साक्षिवद्विभुः. Translation: the independent personality of Godhead enjoys his pastimes by his internal potency, and at the time of annihilation gives them up to the external potency, and he remains a witness to it at all. The independent personality of Godhead, Atma Tantraha. He is not controlled by anyone. Atma Tantraha means he controlled by himself. Independent, that means Bhagavan Vikridati, plays. He plays his pastimes or enjoys. Along with what? Atma Maya. So by his internal potency. Visrujjava. So Visrujja means giving up. Yatha Mayam Udaste Sakshivat Vibhuhu. Gives up. Gives them up to the external potency. So at the time of annihilation, he will gives up this Maya. At the time of creation, he takes the Maya with him. And at the time of annihilation, so he will leave. So these are the Leelas of the Purushavatara. Purushavatara, what he does? He is playing various pastimes with the Maya by creating the Ahankara, Mahat and so and so, Mahat Ahankara and so and so. So it is written, Vividam Kridati. Vikridati means Vividham Kiridati. He plays many ways. Srushtyadi Samaye. At the beginning of creation. At the time of beginning of creation. Visrujya Mahapralaye Tektva. That means Visrujya means at the time of annihilation, he will leave that. Yadva, otherwise, Atmatantra Bhagavan Sri Krishna Heva Anyesham Avataranam Avatarinaha Cha Atmatantratvepi Viprabalaka Haranado Krishnaika Paratantya Darshanat Atmamaya Yogamaya Putana Vadadho Kridati यथा विसृज्य विशेषेण सृष्ट्वा मौसलादौ उदास्ते साक्षिवत् न तु साक्षी. There is another way of explanation is here. Krishna is the Atmatantraha. Anyesham avataranam avatarinaha. He is the avatari for the other avatars. Here Bhagavan means second explanation. Bhagavan means we are taking Krishna himself. Bhagavan means as Bhagavan only. And what he does? So he does various leelas by using his own Maya. Atma Maya means internal potency. By using that, he plays many leelas, like killing the Putana and so on. Then, then after that, Yathava Visrujya Visheshena Srishtva Moshaladau Udaste. In the Moshal Lila, so then what? He will just remain as Sakshi. Actual example you can see, he is doing all the Leelas, Moshal Putana, killing the Putana, various demons. Then at the ending, what he does at the final time in the Moshal Lila? Anyone remember the story? All these Yaduvamshis, they are killing each other. They are scolding each other, and they took those that sharp knife-like leaves which came from that Moshala. So they grinded it and they throw, so that Moshala, those that became very sharp knives, and they took those and they killed each other. At the time, Krishna was only Sakshi. He didn't do anything. He left everything for the happen to the Maya. Whatever it does, let it do. Sakshivat udaste. So he remains a witness to it at all. So in this way, so Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur is explaining the second meaning. What? Krishna accepts the internal potency and he performs so many leelas, but at the end, he will become just a Sakshi, and he didn't interfere, he didn't stop. So just like Sakshi, he was just witnessing that all Yaduvamsis are killing each other, but he didn't do any participation. That's why here you see Mayam Udaste Sakshivat Vibhuhu. Like this, second explanation is given. General explanation is what? General explanation is at the time of creation, he accepts the Maya and he performs the various creations. And after that, at the annihilation, he leaves that. That is one more explanation, normal explanation. That you have to see. Now here, Lord Sri Krishna, being the supreme personality of Godhead and fountainhead of all other incarnations, is the only independent person. He enjoys his pastimes by creation as he desires and gives them up to the external energy at the time of annihilation. Lord Sri Krishna, being supreme personality of Godhead and fountainhead of all incarnations, is the only independent person. He enjoys his pastimes by creation as he desires and gives them up to the external energy at the time of annihilation. By his internal potency only, he kills the demon Putana, even though enjoying his pastimes in the lap of his mother Yashoda. And when he desires to leave this world, he creates a pastime of killing his own family members, Yadukula, and remains unaffected by such annihilation. He is a witness of everything that is happening, and yet he has nothing to do with anything. He is independent in every respect. Understood? The second explanation is given by Prabhupada in this purport. Getting? So when he appear with his internal potency, he will perform so many leelas. At the ending, he is just witnessing. Let them die. Like this. Next. Sarvametaccha Bhagavan Pruchato Menus Purvashaha Tatvatah Arhasyudahartum Prapannaya Mahamune. Just 1 minute, I am coming.
O great sage, representative of the Lord, kindly satisfy my inquisitiveness in all that I have inquired from you, and all that I may not have inquired from you from the very beginning of my questionings. Since I am a soul surrender unto you, please impart full knowledge in this connection. परपट भी पढ़ दो क्या? कितना लंबा है? छोटा सा ही है. Purport. The spiritual master is always prepared to impart knowledge to disciple, and specifically when disciple is very inquisitive. Inquisitiveness on the part of disciple is great necessary for progressive discipline. Is it about Shuddh Bhakti?
No, it is a question. It's not question.
It's not question. It's question. Acha, it's not question.
They made Jabardasti question.
Okay. Subodhni wale available.
I was eating muleti, and that became hard. It will clear the throat. So what here Parikshit is saying? Sarvametaccha Bhagavan Pruchita Hame Anupurvashaha Tatvatah Arhasidahartam Prapannaya Mahamune. So whatever questions I asked, please repeat. Please answer those. Okay? Nothing. Purport, the spiritual master is always prepared to impart knowledge to the disciple, and specifically when the disciple is very inquisitive. Inquisitiveness on the part of a disciple is greatly necessary for the progressive disciple. Inquisitiveness is important for student. Inquisitiveness means desire to know. That should be there. Otherwise, it's difficult. What are the three qualities for student? Every student should have three things. What are the service attitude? Huh? Next is service attitude, inquisitiveness. What is another one? Huh? Important point is missing. Huh? Surrender, actually. Yeah. So tadvidhi pranipatena pariprasnena sevaya. So these three things are very much necessary. So one should understand that himself. So in front of his teacher, he should be having a feeling of, yeah, I don't know and he knows. If that kind of difference, if you don't maintain, knowledge will not flow. There should be, if you want to flow, if you want to see the flow of water, there should be a so difference. So someone knows, and if you think that I know better than teacher, then nothing will go. It is difficult to go. And if you feel that I am equal to the teacher also, it will not go. I am inferior to him, then it is okay. So other, and also that mood should be there. Surrenderance means at least you should accept, yes, he is superior to me and I should hear from him. And pariprasnena, one should ask very politely the questions and he should come to know. Pariprasnena sevaya, and also there is a need of service. Without the service, nothing will come actually. So these three things are the very important. So inquisitiveness on the part of a disciple is greatly necessary for the progressive disciple. Maharaj Parikshit is a typical disciple because he is perfectly inquisitive. If one is not very inquisitive about self-realization, one need not approach a spiritual master simply to make a show of discipleship. Many people, so they don't have any inquisitiveness. For show off, we should not make the guru actually. So because so his or her neighbors, they also made the so someone as guru, and let me, I also should have guru. What is the reason? Nobody knows. Just they want to show off. So and so is my Guru Maharaj. And they don't have any inquisitiveness. So that in that case, they should not approach a spiritual master if they don't have any inquisitiveness. Not only is Parikshit Maharaj inquisitive concerning all he has inquired about, but he is also anxious to know about what he has not been able to inquire. And also he wants to know what he didn't ask also. Factually, it is not possible for a man to inquire about everything from the spiritual master. But the bona fide spiritual master is able to enlighten the disciple in every way for disciples' benefit. So bona fide spiritual master is able to enlighten. Next. Atra pramanam hi bhavan parameshti yatatma bhuhu apare chanutishtanti Purvesham Purvajai Krutam. So translation, O great sage, you are as good as Brahma, the original living being. Others follow custom only, as followed by the previous philosophical speculators. What happened to this Sarveswar Samsundar Prabhu? Huh? Huh? Taking why? He should take early bath. Why he is taking now? Okay. Nanu Anyebhya, what this sloka is telling? Atra pramanam hi bhavan. You are the proof. Atra pramanam hi bhavan. Parameshti atma bhuhu. Yatha atma bhuhu. You are proof here. You can answer all these questions. Atma bhuhu. You are like Brahmaji. Like how the Brahmaji got the knowledge, like that you are also knowing everything. You are the proof. Aparecha anutishtanti purvesham purvajaihi krutam. But others, they follow their previous people what they given to them. But you are not like that. but you are like Brahmaji. So that's why you are the best person. You can answer all these questions. But what about others? Others are not like Brahmaji, because they are getting their knowledge from their only previous people. Purvajaihi purvesham krutam. So just a matter of custom. Like, so Purva, that means previous sages, they invented some philosophy, and that these people has taken and they propagating. But Sukadev Goswami is not like that. He is like Brahmaji. So what is the difference? So now we are going to see the commentary on this. Nanu अन्येभ्यः ऋषिभ्यः सकाशात्वं पूर्वमेव अवगत अवगतैतत् सर्वार्थ एव भवति तदापि किं मां पुनः पृच्छसि. So Sukadeva Goswami is asking Parikshit Maharaj, hey Parikshit, you already heard answers of all these things. You know from beginning, from various sages you met, and you know everything. So tat sarvartha eva bhavati. So rishibhyah sakashat, you learned everything from the directly from the rishis. So you know the complete meaning, sarvartha. So still, why you are asking me? Why you are asking me? Tadapi kim mam punah pruchasi? Then Parikshit is saying, अत्र तेषां सर्वेषामपि ऋषीणां मध्ये हि निश्चितमेव भवान् प्रमाणम्. Among all those rishis, you are the authority. You are the authority. And that's why the way how you teach, that I want to know. I want to know answers from your mouth. Kidruk uttaram avirbhavati ityaka akankszayam. I am desiring to hear from your mouth. Bhavan Mukapadmat Kidrug Uttaram Avirbhavati. How this answer will manifest from your lotus mouth. So with that desire, so I am asking this. Yatha Parameshti, that means you are like Brahmaji. Atma Bhuh Bhagavat Prasada Swataha Siddha Vedardha Gnana Tatha Bhavanapi. Atmabhuh means Brahmaji. Brahmaji, Tene Brahma Hurdayadi Kavaye. That means Brahmaji was getting all the knowledge from the directly Supreme Lord. Swataha eva Siddha Vedardha. That means all the Vedic meanings are revealed in the heart of Brahmaji. You are also like that. You are also like that. So Bhavanapi Tatha, like that. Pare Anye, but what about others? Anye tu sarvesham purvajaihi vidvad eva yat yat krutam tat tat sarvam društva. But what about others? So purvesham mane purvaihi vidvadbihi. That means previous rishis, whatever they did, so that everything they saw and also they learned from that. So they are like that. But you are like Brahmaji. These previous other rishis, what they are seeing, whatever done by the previous rishis, and also they are learning from that. That is the difference. Whatever done by the previous rishis, that these rishis saw, and also they learned from them. Mm.
Is it is he not rejecting the disciple succession?
But here the main point is whether they are connected to the disciple succession, maybe they are temporarily. I started new religion and I have a new disciple, my disciple. And after the 10 generations, I will be also having a disciple succession. Is it authentic disciple succession? So it is not authentic disciple succession. It should start from the Supreme Lord. Yes or no? But here what? He is saying, what Parishit is saying, other rishis, they are seeing whatever done by the rishis. Other people, they are seeing whatever done by the other rishis, and after that they are learning from that. Purvajaihi vidvadbir eva yadyad kritam tatta sarvam drishtva. That means previous vidwan, that means previous scholars, rishis, whatever they did, that everything these people they saw, and from them they learned. It is not guaranteed that they are coming from the original source. These previous rishis they did, and new people they saw that and they learned from them. Example, Gautama. Gautama Rishi, Kanada, Jaimini, Kapila, Astavakra, and so and so. They all gave the different philosophies. All these philosophies they manufactured. They only proposed. Nayayikas are there, followers of the Gautam. So Gautama proposed a paper and he established some Siddhanta and he started teaching. So is it authentic? Do we need to follow that? Of course, we say that it is also based upon the Vedas, Astik Pramana, Astik philosophy, that is. So, but it is not accepted actually. It's not authentic. It is not accepting the Supreme Personality of Godhead. So that's why, of course, the Nyaya school still it is continued. Still it is coming in the disciplic succession. So that's why here, what he is saying, Parishit Maharaj, you are not like sages like them. You are like Brahmaji. That means like how Brahmaji got the everything knowledge from the Lord. Similarly, you also got. Means you came in the authentic disciplic succession. Your source of knowledge is the Supreme Lord, Vedas. And but others, other rishis are not like that. That's the difference. So disciple succession means it should be starting from the Supreme Lord. Otherwise, the disciple succession is not usually is not correct actually. It is also bogus. So that means Purvajaihi Krutam, that means these previous people they manufactured philosophy. Previous sages, previous rishis, they manufactured, and after that, these new people they are seeing that and they are learning from them. Krutam. Purvajaihi Krutam. So previously, these rishis, Vidwan, they manufactured. Krutam means they did. Tat sarvam drishtva. So others, they are seeing that and they learn from them. So that's why it is not authentic. Okay. Yes, Jai Gopinath Prabhu.
Prabhu, this is regarding the purport. You haven't come to the purport yet, so shall I ask after you read the purport, or now shall I ask that?
Purport?
In the purport.
I am coming to the purport.
Yes, Prabhu.
I will read.
I will ask after that.
Yes. It may be argued that Sukadeva Goswami is not the only authority of perfect knowledge in transcendence, because there are many other sages and their followers. Contemporary to Vasudeva or even prior to him, there were many other great sages such as Gautama, Kanada, Jaimini, Kapila, and Ashtavakra, and all of them have presented a philosophical path by themselves. Patanjali is also one of them, and all these six great rishis have their own way of thinking, exactly like the modern philosophers and mental speculators. That means they did their own philosophy, Purvajaihi Kritam. They manufactured. The difference between the six philosophical paths put forward by the renowned sages above mentioned and that of Sukadeva Goswami as present in the Srimad Bhagavatam, as presented in the Srimad Bhagavatam, is that all the six sages mentioned above speak the facts according to their own thinking. But Sukadeva Goswami present the knowledge which comes down directly from Brahmaji, who is known as Atmabhu, or born of and educated by Almighty Personality of Godhead. What about the other disciplic successions? They are all made by the rishis according to their mental capacity. They made their own philosophy. But what about the Sukadeva Goswami's philosophy? It's like Brahmaji's philosophy. That means directly it is taken from the Supreme Lord. This difference is there. Write the question. Question. Why Sukadeva Goswami is authentic among all the sages? To answer these questions. Huh? Yes. Yes, whatever discussed till now. That. You know, answer this? Answer is clear? Two marks. You can write from the purport also. Vedic transcendental knowledge descends directly from the personality of Godhead. By his mercy, Brahma, the first living being in the universe, was enlightened. And from Brahmaji, Narada was enlightened. And from Narada, Vyasa was enlightened. Sukadeva Goswami received such a transcendental knowledge directly from his father Vasudeva. Thus, the knowledge being received from the chain of disciplic succession is perfect. But this disciplic succession is not the manufactured knowledge. Here, directly the knowledge is coming from the Supreme Lord. As it is taken. But in other disciplic successions, so those sages they are making. That's a Purvajaihi Kritam. So thus the knowledge being received from the chain of disciplic succession is perfect. One cannot be a spiritual master in perfection unless and until one has received the same by disciplic succession. So that's why we should, if you want to become a spiritual master, you should be coming in a proper disciplic succession, authentic disciplic succession. That is the secret of receiving transcendental knowledge. The six great sages mentioned above may be a great thinkers, but their knowledge by mental speculation is not perfect. However, a perfect and empiric philosopher may be in presenting a philosophical thesis. Such a knowledge is never perfect because it is produced by an imperfect mind. It's a paurushayam. That knowledge is paurushayam. But knowledge should be apaurushayam. It is coming from a perfect source. That means which is free from the four defects. So that is the point. However, perfect and empiric philosopher may be presenting philosophical thesis such as knowledge is never perfect because it is produced by an imperfect mind. Such great sages also have their disciplic successions, but they are not authorized because such a knowledge doesn't come directly from the independent supreme personality of Godhead, Narayana. No one can be independent except Narayana. Therefore, no one's knowledge can be perfect. For everyone's knowledge is dependent on the flickering mind. Mind is the material, and thus knowledge presented by material speculators is never transcendental and can never become perfect. Mundane philosophers, being imperfect in themselves, disagree with other philosophers, because a mundane philosopher is not a philosopher at all unless he presents his own theory. Intelligent persons like Maharaj Parikshit don't recognize such mental speculators, however great they may be, but hear from the authorities like Sukadeva Goswami, who is non-different from the Supreme Personality of Godhead by the Parampara system, as is specifically stressed in the Bhagavad Gita. So that's why Parikshit Maharaj is selecting the Sukadeva Goswami, because so he is directly presenting the philosophy without any his own speculations. So that's why it is authentic. Okay. Okay. Now you can ask, Prabhu.
Yes, Prabhu, in the purport, Prabhupada writes the sages' names: Gautama, Kanada, Jaimini, Kapila, Astavakra. In this, if you see, Jaimini is the disciple of Srila Vyasadeva. And then writing or going to the word in the verse, uh, uh, others follow custom only as followed by the previous philosophical speculators. Like it seems like Jaimini is following his previous philosophical speculator. That means it is pointing to Vyasadeva. How we can reconcile it and understand it in a proper way?
Jaimini's philosophy. Yes, Prabhu. Jaimini is a philosophy, is a Purumimamsa. What Purumimamsa says? So Jaimini says that strongly he argues that there is no spirituality, there is no spiritual abode. Just to go to the Swarga, do the dharma, and after that you earn money. By that you will be so doing the big sacrifices, and after that you will get punya. So to enjoy that punya, you will go to the Swarga and enjoy there the facilities and come back and do the once again dharma. So like this, so he explains the life means this going to the Sarga and coming back. This is a Puru Mimamsa principles actually, worshipping the various demigods for the pleasure of the happiness. So material pleasure only he establishes. And he says all these Brahma Vakyas, that means Satyam Gnanam Anantam Brahma, all these are all not having any worth actually, because any siddha upadeshas, these are all not having any upadesha. There are no teachings in these sentences. Jaimini says that yajeta sarga kama, there should be lot lakara and there should be some injunction should be there. That means yajeta sarga kama, whoever is desiring sarga, he should perform yajna. Should and must should be there in the sentence. That sentence only is worthful sentence. Otherwise, in the Vedas, wherever there is no should and must, that I should not take. That is useless actually. It's a simply description of Brahman. What is this? Time pass. You should do work. Work is worship. Do work, get result, and enjoy it. That is Jaimini's philosophy. Just becoming lazy on the name of Brahman. What is this? And karma sannyasa, that means leaving all the karma, simply bogus, he says. That is a Siddhanta given by the Jaimini. With respect to, then he is not a follower of Vasudev. He is not a follower of, he is not representing the Vasudev as it is. And there is a big viral, so big fighting actually. If you see the Vedanta Sutras, so many sutras are coming to defeat the Jaimini's principles. Before Jaimini also this philosophy is there. But Jaimini promoted this philosophy. Instead of promoting the Vyasdev's Vedanta Sutras, he wrote his own Karma Mimamsa Sutras. And he presented that to the society. So that's why we are not recommending Jaimini. We are not treating him as a follower of Vyasdev. He learned, I think, maybe Vedas, and then after that, he manufactured his own philosophy. So that's the problem.
So then my question is that then this statement, others follow custom only as followed by the previous philosophical speculators.
Yeah.
So here, whom I mean that Jaimini follow the previous mental speculator or philosophical speculator?
So here main point is origin is the some speculator is there. Purvajaihi Krutam. That means ancient, that means some previous rishi, he manufactured philosophy. After that, he started his parampara and he teaching. So that
Okay.
means some starting will be there. Some
So here, Jaimini is the starting. That means
maybe, yeah, you can take Gemini as a starting. And he started promoting and others they are following. Like that.
oh, okay.
Yeah. That's why Purvajaihi Krutam is said. Maybe so even in this, someone is coming in the parampara, but he is only manufacturing his own philosophy. After hearing few days, so he will start new parampara. It is also happening or not in the present days also. Maybe you people also can start new parampara. Yes, Prabhu. Gokulanand Prabhu.
This
Loudly on the mic.
yeah, this it's too loud. These philosophies are, some of them are part of the Sikh darshans, no? Because
Yes, six
Patanjali.
darshanas, these are all. Yes.
So if the Sikh darshan they accept the Vedas, they are astikas, no?
Yes.
And but
They
so
accept Vedas.
but the conclusion is that the only one that is not a speculation is the Vedanta. All other darshans are concocted from the
They
Vedas.
accept whatever they like.
They pick up
Yes.
sections.
Mimamsakas, they like karma, karma kanda, that's why they accept that. And they say we are also followers of Vedas. They are accepting Vedas means it doesn't mean that they are accepting the conclusion of the Vedas. They are accepting whatever they want from that. Next, 26th. Name savah parayanti Brahman nashananadami Brahman nashanadami Pibatochuta piyusham Tadvakyabdi vinisrutam. Translation: O learned Brahmana, because of my drinking the nectar of the message of the infallible personality of Godhead, which is flowing down from the ocean of your speeches, I don't feel any sort of exhaustion due to my fasting. That means now what Parishit Maharaj is saying, my dear master, don't think about me. You just start this flow, pravaha, Bhagavat pravaha. So I will start drinking and don't wait for me. I have only 7 days time. And I should not, and you should not think for my hunger and my thirst. Keep on saying. And no interval, no break. He's saying that is the intention actually. What is the point? No interval and no break. Nothing. Continuously you tell. We should get inspiration from Parishit Maharaj. Today at least 5 hours. We'll do practice. We'll start practicing. First 2.5 hours, 3 hours, 4 hours. I was taking like that, but somehow complained, and that's why I can't. Initially 2.5. After that, slowly a 3 I made. After 3.5 hours I made. You remember? Like that 2-3 days I did, and after that someone complained. It came back to the 2.5 once again. Other. Acha. So that is a point he is saying here. Atra matkaste drishti karya. So he is saying, Parishit Maharaj is saying to Sukadeva Goswami, Don't worry about my difficulties. Don't think about that. Name parayanti na vyakuli bhavanti. So vyakuli bhavanti name parayanti. Parayanti means becomes exhausted. So I will not get exhausted. Tatra hetuhu. What is the reason? I will not get exhausted by your teachings because this achyuta katha piyusham pimataha, because I am drinking the nectar of past tense of achyuta. So that is the nectar. So that's why my life is not get becomes exhausted. Asavaha parayanti means my life air is my life air doesn't become exhausted. That's the point he's saying. Because I am drinking the nectar actually. That is the reason. किंतु कुपिता द्विजात सप्त दिवसे तक्षक रूपो द्विजः आयास्यति तस्माद् अन्यत्र इति तद् आगमने सति असवः परास्यन्त्येव ततश्च अच्युत पीयूष पाननं नाहं प्राप्स्यामि इत्यतः भवता कृष्ण कथायां न विलंबनीयम्. So what Parishit Maharaj is saying? Hey, my dear master, this Brahmana, that means angry Brahmana, so he is going to come in the form of Takshaka. He will come at the ending of 7th day. Then after that he will take away my life. Then I don't get any opportunity to drink this nectar. So that's why don't waste time now. I don't want to waste my time for drinking and sleeping and so and so. So you don't make late. Immediately you should start teaching. It's like this he's saying. He's fully ready. Purport: the disciplic succession from Brahma, Narada, Vyasa and Sukadeva Goswami is particularly different from others. The disciplic successions from other sages are simply a waste of time. Being devoid of Achyuta Katha are the message of the infallible Lord. So why we should not follow other disciplic successions? They don't have any Achyuta Katha Piyusha. Pravaha is not there. Nectar is not flowing in the disciplic successions. That's why you should not waste time by going there. By becoming the Nayayika line also is there still. In Benares, if you go, there are so many philosophers. And from many generations, they are Nayayikas and they are grammarians. They are the Purvamimamsakas. They are the Sankhites from the many generations. Like this you'll be seeing. Their father, grandfather, grandfather's father, his father's father's father, like that. They are strong in their philosophy. So, but these are not going to help us. The mental speculators can present their theories very nicely by reason and argument. But such reason and arguments are not infallible, for they are defeated by better mental speculators. Always there is a fight. If you see the Katyayan was writing on so he is defeating Vedanta, so-called Vedanta, not our Vedanta. So with the respect of Sankhya, with the respect of Nyaya, with the ideas of the Nyaya, he is defeating the Vedanta, and with the ideas of the Vedanta, he is also defeating the Nyaya. There is always Khandan Mandan. Keep on happening. It's a waste of time simply. And very, very strong arguments, so logical, but it is not going to deliver anyone actually. Maharaj Parikshit was not interested in dry speculations of the flickering mind, but he was interested in the topics of the Lord, because factually he felt that by hearing such a nectarian message from the mouth of Sukadeva Goswami, he was not feeling any exhaustion, even though he was fasting because of his imminent death. So he is fasting because within 7 days he about to leave his body, and he is fully so ready for that. One can indulge in hearing the mental speculators, but such a hearing cannot endure for any length of time. One will be exhausted very soon from hearing such a hackneyed ways of thinking, and no one in the world can be satisfied simply by hearing such a useless speculations. The message of the Lord, especially from the personality like Sukadeva Goswami, can never be tiring, even though one may be exhausted from other causes. So, but that is a point actually. From mental speculators, if you hear, then you will be immediately exhausted. But if you hear from the Sukadeva Goswami, where there is a flow of nectar, then there is no exhaustion. In some editions of Srimad Bhagavatam, the text of the last line of this verse reads, Anyatra Kupita Dvijat. So that is also there, which means that the king might be overwhelmed by the thought of his imminent death of snake bite. The snake is also twice born, and its anger is compared to the cursing Brahmana boy who was without good intelligence. So snake is also known as Dvija because snake is also getting birth 2 times. Yes or no? First egg is coming from the snake. Then after that, from that egg it is coming. That's why it is Dvija. Even hen is also Dvija. Dvija means twice born, 2 times taking birth. Yes or no? That's huh? Is birth only. Egg. In the form of egg, it is taking birth. Who is taking birth? In the egg, who is there? Snake. So that's why it is taking birth in the form of egg. We are also taking birth in the form of Sudra. Then after that, we are getting the samskara. And we are also taking birth as a Dvija. Similarly, it is taking birth in the form of egg, and then after that is taking in the form of snake. Dvija. Yes.
Verse Janmana Jayate Sudra Sanskarat Bhave Dvija. Somebody asked me, where is that? Many times you quote. Can you know it's somewhere where
I am also looking. Wait. So when you know, please tell to me also, Prabhu. Maharaj Parikshit was not at all afraid of death, for he was fully encouraged by the message of the Lord. One who is fully absorbed in the Achyuta Katha can never be afraid of anything in this world. Everyone feeling drowsy. I am also. 27 Suta Vacha Saupamantrito Ragna Katayamiti Satpate Brahmarato Brusham Prito Vishnu Ratena Samsadi. Translation: Suta Goswami said, thus Sukadeva Goswami, being invited by Maharaj Parikshit to speak on the topics of the Lord Sri Krishna with the devotees, was very much pleased. So Sukadeva Goswami is so happy. Suta Goswami is saying now, camera came to the original position. In between, how many things happened, you see? Suta Goswami is narrating to the Maitreya, and in that, so Maitreya, according to the questions of Maitreya, story went to the Parikshit and Sukadeva Goswami. That means inside to inside this. And then after that, so Sukadeva Goswami is applying the conversation between the Brahma and the Narada. So story in story in story. Yes. Jai Gopinath Prabhu, yes.
Yes, Prabhu. This question is out of curiosity, Prabhu.
Yeah.
Uh, in the last verse we were talking about Parikshit Maharaj not exhausted.
Yeah,
But
his life.
Sukadeva Goswami was speaking to a great mass of people. Now we have this microphone to speak to many people to amplify the audibility. And it was a great assembly, and Sukadeva Goswami was speaking, and I don't know, certainly with no amplification, but all the sages heard that. So anywhere, any of our acharyas mentioned how that was
It is not mentioned.
possible.
That technology is not mentioned. How that was. That means big assembly is there. Then how that far people are hearing is not mentioned. Till now, my knowledge is so I don't know. It may be mentioned somewhere, but I don't know, Prabhu. Okay, now Sutta Goswami is saying like this. Thus, Sukadeva Goswami, being invited by Maharaj Parikshit to speak on the topics Lord Krishna with the devotees, was very much pleased. So happy. Okay. So Sukadeva Goswami was protected by Lord Krishna, and therefore he is known as Brahmaratha. Brahma, how Sukadeva Goswami protected by Brahma? Is it like that? I don't know. And Parikshit is protected by the Vishnu, so he is known as Vishnu Ratha. So Brahma Ratha is given in the sloka, and Vishnu Ratha is also given. Brahma Ratha protected by the Brahma, Vishnu Ratha protected by the Vishnu. And thus he is known as Vishnu Ratha. As devotees of the Lord, they are always protected by the Lord. It is clear also in this connection that Vishnu Ratha should hear Srimad Bhagavatam from Brahma Ratha and no one else, because others misrepresent the transcendental knowledge and thus spoil one's valuable time. So Brahma Ratha means whoever is protected by Brahma. Brahma means coming in the disciplic succession. Huh? Is given, huh? Huh? No. Tavanashana Dvijaspars. Ittam Satam Padehi Bhagavata. Ragna Vishnuratena Vishnuna Rakshitena Parikshita Upamantrita Parvata Brahmarata Brahma Vishayakam Gnanam Rati iti Brahmarata. So definition is given by the Srila Viraragavacharya. What is the meaning of Brahmarata? Brahma Vishayakam Gnanam Rati iti Brahmarata. That means Sukadeva Goswami is protected by the knowledge for which Brahman is object. Understanding? Sukadeva Goswami is, write the definition of Brahmarata. Now सब जाग जाएंगे दनादन. Yes. I came to know what is the key actually. Where is the key? So that's it. I will use all the time key to open the lock. Exam is okay. Everyone is happy. It is easy, na? All the things. Samati Mataji, you wrote okay? Yes.
Yes, Prabhu, by your grace I appeared.
Okay, good. So Brahmarata means the one who is protected by the knowledge for which Brahman is object. Okay. Sukadev Goswami is Brahmarataha because he is protected by the knowledge for which Brahman is the object. Knowledge is protecting from the samsara. Huh? Brahmarataha. Okay, Sanskrit term. Brahma Vishayakam Gnanam Rati iti Brahmarataha. Veera Raghavacharya. Huh? Sanskrit term. Brahma Vishayakam Gnanam Rati iti Brahmarataha. No, 1 mark. Write the definition of Brahmarata and Vishnuratha. Vishnuratha. Vishnuna Rakshitaha iti Vishnurataha. The one who is protected by Vishnu is known as Vishnurataha. Okay. Next sloka. Praha Bhagavatam Nama Puranam Brahma Sammitam Brahmane Bhagavat Proktam Brahma Kalpa Upagate. Translation: He began to reply to the inquiries of Maharaj Parikshit by saying that the science of the personality of Godhead was spoken first by the Lord himself to Brahma when he was first born. Srimad Bhagavatam is a supplementary Vedic literature and it is just in pursuance of the Vedas. So now he is going to answer with the Bhagavatam all these questions. Of course, everything is Bhagavatam from the starting to ending. Praha Bhagavatam Nama Puranam Brahma Sammitam. Brahma Sammitam is meaning is just in pursuance of Vedas. So where it Brahma Kalpe Upagate. Brahman. So when Lord told to Brahmaji this knowledge, in the first kalpa, every day, every month of the Brahmaji is divided into 30 days. In those 30 days, first day is known as Varaha Kalpa. Second day is, as a different names are there, I don't remember. So, but Brahma Kalpa means the first day of Brahmaji birthday. 50 years back, on the same day, Brahmaji heard on the Chaitra Masa. So Pratipada. So first day is the Chaitra Masa Pratipada. On that day he heard. So Sukla Paksha Pratipada Chaitra Masa, that is the first day of the, that is the Brahmaji's celebrations. Brahmaji birthday, if you want to celebrate, that is the day actually. Brahmaji is also having birthday. Today is the Brahmaji's birthday actually. Yeah. Today means you can celebrate for the, how many? Almost all 1000 Kali Yugas, 1000 Chatur Yugas you can celebrate. Whole day is a birthday. Yeah. Whole day is the birthday for him. So, okay, on this day, so he was hearing from the Lord. Brahma Kalpa, Bhagavat Proktam. And that is propagated further. And that same Bhagavatam we are discussing here. That means Sukadeva Goswami is going to teach. Sarva Adhime. Brahma Kalpa means Sarva Adhima Kalpe. So through the Bhagavatam, he is going to answer all these questions. Purport Srimad Bhagavatam is a science of the personality of God. The impersonalist always tries to misrepresent the personal features of the Lord, not knowing the science of this great knowledge. And Srimad Bhagavatam is in pursuance of the Vedas and scientific knowledge of the personality of Godhead. To learn this science, one should take shelter of the representative of Srila Sukadeva and follow the footsteps of Maharaj Parikshit without foolishly attempting to interpret, thereby committing a great offense at the feet of the Lord. The dangerous ways of interpretation by the non-devotees class of men have played havoc in understanding the Srimad Bhagavatam, and the careful student should be always alert in this matter, and if he at all wants to learn the science of Godhead. So that's why no one should misinterpret this. So, and you should not take up such a Bhagavatam is said by many people, but you should know whether they are properly coming from the disciplic succession or not, and properly presenting or not. You should know that. Otherwise, it's a cheating. Next, yad parikshad. What is that? Yad parikshad rishabha Pandu namanu pruchhati Anupurvena tatsarvam Akyatumupachakrame. Translation: he also prepared himself to reply to all that King Parikshit had inquired from him. Maharaj Parikshit was the best in the dynasty of the Pandus, and thus he was able to ask the right questions from the right person. So that's why what he said, Yadyat Parikshit Rishabha Pandunam. Rishabha means the best among the Pandavas. So Anupruchati, Anupurvena Tatsarvam, and he is going to answer those. Anupurva means in the sequence, beginning from the end. Here Anupurvya means Anupurvena iti Prastava Kramaha atra vivakshita natu Prashna Kramaha. That means in the sequence he is going to reply. Sukadeva Goswami is going to reply in the sequence of these questions. Sequence means what? Question sequence? No. The topic sequence. Questions are asked. So he is not going to follow the questions, sequence of questions, but the subject matter. You follow the subject matter. Prastava Krama. So Prastava means context. He will follow the context. According to context, he will answer these questions. Contextually, he answers, not the question by question. That's the point. Anupurya means you should understand like that. It's not that the first question is said in the first canto, the second canto, after the third, second question here, after the third. No. Contextually, those are answered. Purport: Maharaj Parikshit asked many questions, some of them very curiously, to know things as they are, but it is not necessary for the matter to answer them in order of the disciples' inquiries, one after other. But Sukadeva Goswami, experienced teacher, that he was answered all the questions in a systematic way as they were received from the chain of disciplic succession, and he answered all of them without exception. Okay. Why?
What is the Upchakrame? What is the meaning of he?
Upachakrama means upakrama means starting. Upachakrama means he started. Yeah. Upachakrama means he started. Begin. He began. Answering began. He began to answer. Doesn't the Bhaktivedanta purports of this second canto, 8th chapter of the Srimad Bhagavatam entitled Questions by King Parikshit. Chapter 9, answers by citing the Lord's version. So now we are going to see the answer for the first question. So Brahma Shishuka Vacha. Shishuka Vacha Atmamayamrute Rajan Parasyanubhavatmanaha न घटेतार्थ संबंधः स्वप्नदष्टुरिवांजसा. चैतन्य जी थोड़ी ट्रांसलेशन.
Sri Shukadeva Goswami said, O king, unless one is influenced by the energy of the Supreme Personality of Godhead, there is no meaning to the relationship of the pure soul in pure consciousness with the material body. That relationship is just like a dreamer's seeing his own body working.
Okay. This is a reply for the first question. What is the first question asked by the Parikshit Maharaj? Huh?
Jiva who is spiritual attain a body which is material.
How did?
The Jiva who is spiritual attain a body which is material.
Yes. How Jivatma is getting the body? Adhatu mataha. Adhatu mat. यदधातु मतो ब्रह्मन् देहारंभो अस्या धातुभिः यदृच्छया हेतुना वा. So is there any cause behind getting body? Jivatma is getting the body. For this, is there any reason or it's happening accidentally? This is a point. Jivatma is adhatu mataha. That means Jivatma is pure and it doesn't have any modes in it. And that kind of Jivatma is now going to get the body which is made of the dhatus. That means these 23 elements. So what is the reason behind this? That is a question. And that is answered here. Question and answer. So Swamiji is saying in Bhavartha Deepika, Raja Prashnottaram Vakshan Brahmane Harinoditam. So Katayamasa Naume Shuko Bhagavatam Punaha. What is happening? So now Sukadeva Goswami began to answer the king's questions. So while answering this, he is also going to say in this 9th chapter Bhagavatam. So that Bhagavatam is said by the Hari to Brahmaji. And that thing Sukadeva Goswami is going to tell to Raja, King Parikshit. That is the main topic. In this 9th chapter, we are going to discuss the Chatusloki, which is very, very important. And this chapter is really very important chapter. And big commentaries are there on this. Srila Jiva Goswami is writing pages and pages. We are going to take some extra hours than the existing, because you'll get questions. Huh? Ekadashi day, every day. Yeah, Prashnasya Pratham. Now Srila Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur is saying like this about this chapter. Prashnasya Prathamasya Ukta Dvitiyasya Uttaram Vadan. Prashnasya Prathamasya Ukta Dvitiyasya Uttaram Vadan Chatusloki Bhagavat Pravrittim Naume Atanot. So first question, while he is answering the first question, he jumped to the different topic, that is, he is going to tell the Chatusloki Bhagavatam. So he started answering the first question. And while saying that, he also went to the saying about Chatusloki Bhagavatam. That is that. So that means that's why we are seeing in this first question, first sloka is the answer. what is it here? Yad prishtam yad adhatu matah ityanena jivasya deha sambandha nirhetukah sahetukah va tatra uttaramaha. So Jivatma is getting the body. Is there any cause behind this or there is no cause? That is the question. Is there any cause? No cause. Acha. So next here said Atmanaha Hareha Maya. Now see the sloka. To answer this sloka is coming. Atmanaha Maya means Atma Maya means Atmanaha Maya means Hari's Maya. Here in this sloka, Atma Maya means what? Hari's Maya. What is that? Anadya Vidya Shaktim. Antarena Arthe Dehendriyadibhi Sambandha Jivasah na ghatate. What is the meaning of this sloka? Without the Lord's Maya, there is no possibility for having the connection between the Jivatma and the body. The connection between Jivatma and body, Deha Sambandha, Jivatma is getting the connection with the body. By what? By the Atma Maya. By what? By the Atma. It's said in the reverse way. Naghateta. That means it is not possible. That means Jivatma will not get connection with the body without Maya. In this way it is said. Jivatma will not get connection with the body without Maya. Whose Maya? Hari's Maya. And who will not get connection with the body? Who is that? Jiva. What kind of Jiva? Huh? Anubhavatmanaha. Anubhavatmanaha means Gnanam Madiyasya Tadha Dehadibhyaha Parasya. Means Anubhavatmanaha means Gnanam Madiyasya Tatha Dehadibhyaha Parasya. He is beyond the Deha. Dehadibhyaha Paraha. And he is beyond the body, and that kind of Jivatma is now getting the connection with the, it is beyond the body, but still it is getting the connection with this. Okay. What is the example is given for this? Without Maya, Jivatma so cannot get the connection with the body. So for this example is given Swapna Drashturivanjasa. Swapna Drashtuhu, the person who is seeing the dream, he is also getting the connection with the different objects in the dream. Swapnika Deha Sambandha. How he is getting the connection with those bodies which are created in the dream? By the ignorance, by the Agnana. In the dream stage, he is identifying himself as the object in the dream. And he is also thinking, so I am going on the forest. The body is created in the Swapna. Yes. And how he is thinking? That is myself. And he is thinking that I am going in the forest and I am chasing the different animals. Yes or no? But actually that body, that whoever is seeing the dream, he is seeing so himself as the body created in that. But actually he is having any connection with that? No. But he is different from that. After coming out dream, will you think that I am also, yesterday I went, or today, yesterday night, I went into the forest? Will you say? You will not say. Because in the stage of dream, so you will be in the ignorance and thinking that, so whatever body is created in that dream, that is you only. But when you come out from the ignorant dream, that ignorance is gone, and you will realize that I am not that. Similarly, Jivatma is also, he is getting the connection with the body and thinking that I am that body because of Maya. That means Jivatma is getting the relation with this body because of Maya. So actually he doesn't have any connection with the Deha. That is only due to Maya, Lord's Maya. Maya to achintya shaktya durghata ghatana patiyasyaha deha sambandha ghatate ityardha. So this Maya is achintya shakti. Even material Bhairanga Shakti is also achintya. Antaranga Shakti is also achintya, Bhairanga Shakti is also achintya. Both are achintya. And both are going to do impossible things possible. Durghata ghatana patiyasya. They will make impossible things into possible. So that's why Maya is having such a caliber. So it can tie up spirit with the matter. That ability she is having. So purport, Maharaj Parish's question as how a living entity begin his material life, although he is apart from the material body and mind, is perfectly answered. The spirit soul is distinct from the material conception of his life, but he is absorbed in such material conception because of being influenced by the external energy called Atma Maya. In this, I just marked the things. Come to the first paragraph ending. Therefore, although the living entity is purely conscious in his pure state, he is subordinate to the will of the Lord in being influenced by the external energy of the Lord. In the Bhagavad Gita also, the same thing is confirmed. Lord is present within the heart of every living entity, and all the living entities, consciousness and forgetfulness are influenced by the Lord. So that's why here what is said, living entity is pure in his consciousness. Jivatma is purely conscious. But, and also by nature it is subordinate. It is by nature part and parcel of the Lord. So that's why it is subordinate. But it is falsely claiming itself as body and Ishvara himself. If we come to the next paragraph, Lord influences the living entity to such a consciousness and forgetfulness. Yeah. Next, that means now the next question automatically made. That means Lord is cause for the matta smriti rapohanam. So I am the cause for the remembrance and I am the cause for the forgetfulness. Then why Lord is making Jivatma to forget? So that is the question next will come. Lord influences the living entity to such a consciousness and forgetfulness. The answer is that the Lord clearly wishes that every living entity be in his pure consciousness as part and parcel of the Lord, and thus be engaged in the loving service of the Lord as he is continually made. But because living entity is partially independent also, he may not willing to serve the Lord, but may try to become an independent as the Lord is. Why Lord makes this forgetful its identity? So because Prabhupada is writing here. So living entity wants to enjoy independently. That's the reason actually. Next, come to the middle of this same paragraph. The child cries to have the moon from the mother, and mother gives a child a mirror to satisfy the crying and disturbing child with the reflection of the moon. Similarly, the crying child of Lord is given over to the reflection, the material world. Material world is a reflection for the spiritual world. Why? What is the question we made? Na? Material world is a reflection to the spiritual world. Yes. Answer is all the material objects are created from the limbs of Garbhodaka Sai Vishnu. So that's why, so whatever objects are there, they are coming from the Supreme Lord, and there is the same objects are there in the spirituality also. That's why material world is a reflection of spiritual world. In the real spirit, in this material world is a reflection. So that's why this Jivatma, whoever is desiring to be independent, and for them, this mirror is created for them and given. Similarly, the crying child of the Lord is given over the reflection, the material world. The Lord is over as karmi, and to give this up in frustration to come one with the Lord. There is no necessity of tracing out the history when the living entity desired this. Okay, underline this. In the second paragraph, this 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. From the down ninth line, there is no necessity of tracing out the history of when the living entity desired this. That means living entity being independent, it wants to be independent and want to serve. And do you want to find the history? No. Don't try. No necessity. This is a statement, enough, no discussion. But the fact is that as soon as he desired it, he was put under the control of Atma Maya. This is a different version of the explanation of how the Jivatma is in this material world, that is desiring. And from the Sandarbha also we learned that because of Vaimukyam, Maya is catching. Vaimukyam means Paratattva Gnana Sansarga Bhava. Absence of the knowledge about the Paratattvam is the cause to catch the Maya. That means Jivatma is not knowing his subordinate position, and it is not knowing who is Supreme Lord, Supreme Truth, Paratattvam. So that's why he is being, that means not aware of his master, so Maya is catching. That is also same. But you should not try to trace out the history. No need. No need to trace out that. That's not necessary for us. Okay. Next, therefore, the living entity in his material condition is dreaming falsely that this is mine and this is I. The dream is that the conditioned soul thinks of his material body as I, or falsely thinks that he is the Lord and that everything in the connection with that material body is mine. Okay, next. It thinks because of that ignorance, everything is mine. Bahurupaiva bhati Mayaya bahurupaya Ramamano guneshwasya Mamahamiti manyate. Translation: the illusion living entity appears in so many forms offered by the external energy of the Lord. While enjoying in the modes of material nature, the engaged living entity misconceives thinking in terms of I and mine. What here is saying, Goswami ji, what he is saying, Sukadeva Goswami. Okay, Maya is the cause for Jivatma to have connection with the body. This is the point we understood. Then how this Maya gives the body? What kind of varieties? How many varieties? Bahurupa iva bhati. That means Jivatma is getting the different bodies. Now Jivatma in the pig and think that I am pig. Jivatma in the dog and think that I am dog. Jivatma is in the American body thinking American and thinking Indian as Indian. Like this.
Oh,
Ah.
the question once asked, the dream we see the different bodies in that is given by Lord, created by Lord. Just like, but this body is created by material nature given to living entities. So that in dream also whether created by material nature or Lord directly. Can
Material element is needed.
sorry,
There also material elements will be there.
material elements are there that's created by material nature. No, we can say.
Material nature cannot do itself. It is so mayadhyakshena suyate prakritis sacharacharam. Under the direction of the Lord, it will do.
So this body is also we can say adhyachand also in awakening and dreaming both stages. The Lord's superintendent.
All the objects in the awakening stage and dreaming stage are created by the Supreme Lord. But we say in the dream objects are created by the Jiva, but because the Sankalpa is the Jiva Sankalpa, but actually created by the Lord Himself. That's why He is a Sarva Karana Karanam. That we'll discuss today, evening Bhakti Sandarbha class. Bahurupa iva abhati. Multiforms. Jivatma is getting the different bodies. And because what is the reason for this? Mayaya Bahurupaya. Maya is also in the different forms. So many. How many varieties are there? 84 lakhs. 84 lakhs of the bodies are there. Those will be given to you. 84 lakhs. Different. And Ramamanaha Guneshwasha, then this Jivatma is traveling in those bodies, is getting those bodies and thinking that Mama Aham iti manyate, I am and mine. He's in the dog and thinking that this is my wife dog. Similarly, I am dog and she is my wife. And he is my son. Like that. I am dog. This is my wife or my friend or my something like this. Translation: the illusion living entity appears in so many forms offered by the external energy of the Lord. While enjoying in the modes of material nature, the encaged living entity misconceives thinking in terms of I and mine. It understands like that. Okay, next in this. एवं च यादृच्छक्या यादृच्छिक्या अविद्या शक्त्यैव देह संबंधः यादृच्छिक्या यादृच्छिकी यादृच्छिक्या यादृच्छिका यादृच्छिक्या Rama, like that. यादृचिक्या अविद्या शक्त्यैव देह संबंधे सति जीवः कीदृशः स्यात् इत्यपेक्षया बहुरूपः bala yuvadi rupa. It is also getting the different bodies. That means even in the human body it is having the small body. So like I am boy, I am man, I am young boy, I am young man, and after that old, different bodies. Every minute body is changing. Bahurupa. Every minute body is changing. So like this it is getting the various kinds of the bodies. And also deva naradi rupa, and also human body, demigod's body, like this. Jivasya chitkana swarupatva tatvatah ityartha. So it is thinking, iva shabda is used in this. It is thinking that I am pig. Iva is used, thinking bahurupa iva abhati. It looks like many. Jivatma looks like many. Now this is a pig, this is a dog, like that. But that means he's looking like many, but it is not many. It's one only, chit only. It is chit swarupa. Jivatma is purely conscious, but it's a pure consciousness. But it is looking now in the many ways. That's the problem actually. Bahurupaha, okay. Bahurupaya jivasya bahurupatva hetutvat bahuvrittikaya. That means why Jivatma is having these many forms? Because of Maya is also having the many forms and she is giving. Yeah. Kshetragna shaktihi sa taratamyena vartate iti. And also when this Jivatma goes into the different bodies, its consciousness is also different. Its ability to know that body is different. In some bodies it is having only 3 senses, 2 senses, 1 sense, 4 sense, but fully 5 senses are working in human body. And some bodies it is not having the facility of all the senses. So that's why its consciousness, that means the ability of knowing that body is not complete. So okay, now this can, how many are there? 84 lakhs of bodies are there. That is given in there, Prabhupada purport. Okay, next shloka. Yarihi vava mahim nisve parasmin kala mayayo rameta gata sammoha त्यक्त्वोदास्ते तदो भयम. Translation by Vipin Prabhu.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji.
Yes, Prabhu, please.
As soon as the living entity becomes situated in his constitutional glory and begins to enjoy the transcendence beyond time and material energy, he at once gives up the 2 misconceptions of life, I and mine, and thus becomes fully manifested as the pure self.
Yeah. So what is said here? Yarihi vava mahim nisve parasmin kala mayayoho rameta. So it is living entity becomes situated in his constitutional glory and begins to enjoy transcend beyond time and Maya, material energy. Irhivava mahimni swe mahimni means his own constitutional position. If this Jivatma is situated, if it is situated in his own constitutional position, then it will be beyond the time and the Maya, and it will enjoy those things. Gata sammoha tyaktodhaste tado bhayam. That means what Sukadeva Goswami is saying, actually Jivatma is pure spirit soul, and it is getting the body connection with the body due to Maya. And in the 3rd sloka he is saying that, and 2nd sloka he is saying that Maya is manifold, and that's why Jivatma is also thinking himself as many. And now in the 3rd sloka he is saying that this Jivatma is coming out from that Maya, and if Jivatma is situated in his own constitutional position, then it will enjoy objects beyond the time and Maya. That is the spiritual objects. That means there is a hope. It's not that the permanently we always dwelling in these 84 lakhs of species. No. It can be situated in its own constitutional position. So here, Srila Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur is writing, Evam cha yadrichikya mayayaiva जीवस्य संसारः यथा तथैव यादृच्छिक्या भक्त्यैव जात प्रेम्णो जीवस्य संसारः निस्तारः इति. Maya is also yadrichiki and bhakti is also yadrichiki. Yadrichiki means what? Huh? What is that yadrichiki means? Yadrichiki. Bhakti is yadrichiki. Where we read? You open that. First canto, 6th chapter. Open. Last sloka. Last but one. Yadrichiki. What you read there? Is there that sloka? In that sloka, it is there word or not? Bhavagrahi. What is the meaning? Yadrichiki. Why you are guessing? I am asking to see and tell. Last but one. Yes. 1630. Yo yadrichiko. Free.
Wherever willing.
Wherever willing. Yes. Yadrichiki means independent. Okay. It's independent. Evam cha yadrichikya mayeva jivasya samsara. Jivatma is getting the samsara due to maya. What kind of maya that is? That is also yadrichiki. That means what? How you got samsara? That is yadrichiki. How you will get this samsara? Get out from the samsara? That is also yadrichiki. So that's why don't dig out the reason. Where there is no reason, you are trying to find the reason. What is you should understand? Maya is yadrichiki. When she caught you, you don't know, and when she will you don't know. Because yadrichiki, bhakti is yadrichiki. When you will get the mercy of the devotees, can you give any reason for this? It's a causeless. And similarly, when you came into the samsara, it is also causeless. Don't try to find the cause for this. Wherever there is no cause, finding for that, searching the cause is not right. That's why Maya is yadrichiki. Prabhupada also wrote in the purport. What he wrote? Not necessary. There is no necessity of tracing out the history of when the living entity desired this. Because that is also yadrichiki. That's why Prabhupada says many times, somehow or other, this Jivatma in this material world, somehow or other. And it is rebellistic to the Lord. That's why it is in this material world. That's true. So that's why you should understand like that. Unnecessarily, you should not make issue here. So, yadrichikya bhaktyiva jata premnaha. When this Jivatma can come out from the connection with the body, When there is jata premaha, when this jivatma get the prema towards the Lord, then jivasya samsaraha nistara. Nistaraha. That means that connection is out. Ityaha yerihiti. Yeriheva swe swiye mahimni rameta. Then it will be positioned in his own position, constitutional position. That means this manufactured, what is the property, manufacturing property? How this jivatma is constitutionally, how it is part and parcel of the Lord. So that's why it is subordinate to the Lord. That's why it should in the service of the Lord. That is a position actually. It is made like that. Its Swarupa is like that. Its nature is like that. Vastutah kalu swiye dehadike mamataspade ramanam tyaktva. Then when there is a prema is there in the Supreme Lord, then it will leave this mamata. What we learned in the previous sloka, because of this attachment to because of connection with this body, it is thinking that I and mine. Now it will leave that. Ramanam tyaktva yathartataha eva swiye mamataspade vastuni ityara. That means it will dwell in his own constitutional position. And what is that position? Kala mayayoho parasmin. That means kala kruta vikara rahite maya kruta mahadadi tattva rahite cha swarupe. It is going to dwell in his own swarupa. That swarupa is beyond the time and beyond the maya. That means beyond the time means kala kruta vikara rahita. That means time will give the 6 changes. Time will give the 6 changes. What are those? Birth, growth, reproduction, maintenance, reproduction, dwindle, and finish, death. These are the 6 changes given by the time. And the Swarupa of the Jivatma is beyond these 6 changes. That means Kala cannot bring these 6 changes into to that spirit. And also Maya, it is also Maya Kruta Mahadadi Tattva Rahite. And in the Swarupa of the Jivatma, there is no product made by the Maya. What are the various products made by the Maya? Mahat, Ahankara, Pancha Tanmatras, Pancha Mahabhutas, Pancha Gnanendriyas, Pancha Karmendriyas, mind, all these. These are the various products made by the Maya, and those are not there in the Swarupa of Jiva. That is like that. That's why he said Maya Kala Maya Yo Parasmin. That means the Swarupa is beyond this Kala and Maya. You need to explain this sloka. I will ask in the exam. Explain 2.9.3. Rameta Swarupe Rameta Asajjeta. Tacha na yatra kala iti na yatra maya iti vakshamana vakya drishtya bhagavatah dhama Sri Vigraha Parshadikam Neyam. So in future, actually, if you see in the same chapter, you are going to see Nayatra Kalaha, Nayatra Maya. Like this, you are going to see in the sloka number. What is that sloka number? Huh? 6. 2, 9, 10. 2, 9, 10. You see this. What is said here? Nayatra maya kimuta pravartate yatra rajastamo rajastamastayoho sattvam cha mishram nacha kala vikramaha. Nayatra Maya Kimuta Pare. That means, so Brahmaji was seeing the Vaikunta and he is so realizing the Vaikunta objects. These objects are the beyond the time and beyond the Maya. So from this we are going to, in the future, that means in the coming slokas, we are going to understand the objects in the Vaikunta are beyond the time and beyond the Maya. Also, we are also going to get this. So that means Lord's servants all are beyond the time and beyond the Maya. Next, Ramanasya Bhaktya Vina Bhavitatvat Yadrichaya Praptya Bhaktya iti Ilakshate. Bhaktya Vina Bhavitatvat Yadrichaya Praptya Bhaktya iti Ilakshate tada. Ubhayam kalam mayam cha kalakrutam avikaram maya krutam lingam cha tyaktva tatra udaste anasakto bhavati. Ramanasya huh? I'm not able to hear. Yeah, VCT. Your voice is very low actually. Energy is not there. Ramanasya bhaktya avina bhavitatvat yadrichaya praptya bhaktya iti lakshyate. So that means this Jivatma is going to get his Swarupa by what? By the bhakti which is accidentally available. That bhakti is not, there is no cause actually to get the bhakti, and so that it is relieved from this Deha Sambandha, relieved from the connection of the body. And also tada, when it is relieved from this, then from this body it is relieved, then what will happen? Ubhayam means kalam maya. Tadobhayam is said, na? That means here in this Ubhayam means kalam maya cha, mane kala krutam avikaram maya krutam lingam cha tyaktva. That means time is giving the changes, maya is giving the lingam. Lingam means body. So this Jivatma is beyond these two. That means beyond the six changes and beyond the, so the body, so without the body, so leaving that, and it is situated in his own Swarupa and it will enjoy. Eduktam yaya sammohito jiva atmanam tirunatmakam paropi manute anartham tatkrutam chavi padyate anarthopasam sakshat bhakti yoga madokshye loka sajanatah vyasas chakre satra samhitam iti. The same thing is also said by the Vasudev. In the Vasudev Samadhi, we are seeing the same thing. So this Jivatma is bewildered by the Maya, and that Jivatma will come out from that bewilderment by the what? That Anartha will be finished by the what? Adokshaje Bhakti Yogam, by doing the Bhakti in the Adokshaja. What is that Bhakti? So that means Yasyam Vaisruyamanam, hearing this. Okay, next. You understood the sloka meaning? If you come to this big paragraph is there in the second paragraph. So can a living entity who claims to be as God, as good as the Supreme Being, control the material nature? The foolish. I would reply that he will do so in future. So that's why this Jivatma, how it is foolish and what it does. So Prabhupada is explaining these purports. So you can read out this. And yeah, Bhagavad Gita. That means foolish people, they say that, yes, we also control like Lord in future, they say. These kind of things, they are scientists always say. And next, nature by surrendering unto the Supreme Lord, but if there is no surrender, then the living entity will never be able to control the material nature. But without surrendering the Lord, so nothing is going to happen. Nothing is going to happen means Jivatma cannot control anything. Aham Bhakta Paradhina. Lord says, if you become devotee, then Lord will be in your control. Otherwise, you will be in control of Maya. If you do bhakti, then Lord is in your control. And if you don't do bhakti, then you will be in control of Maya. That is going to happen. And foolishly we say that I am the controller. So the supreme truth is uncontaminated by the illusory energy because he is the controller of that energy. Okay, you can read this. Next sloka. Atma tattva vishuddhyartham yadaha bhagavan rutam brahmane darshayan rupam avyalekavratadrutaha. Translation: O king, the personality of Godhead, being very much pleased with Lord Brahma because of his non-deceptive penance in Bhakti Yoga, presented his eternal and transcendental form before Brahma, and that is the objective goal for purifying the conditioned soul. So now what is happening? First, you see, you are seeing the three things. In the three slokas, what? First sloka is telling that Maya is the cause for the Jivatma to have the connection with the body. Next, that Maya is manifold, that's why Jivatma is also getting the many different kinds of the bodies. And third is how to come out. So that means when Jivatma comes out from the Maya, that means Tadubhayam. Tadubhayam means the six changes given by the. So when Jivatma is situated in his own Swarupa, then it is living all these and coming out from that, and it is dwelling in Bhakti. So it will come out from the Maya by. So that means here that is indicating that Jivatma is not actually body, but it is having its own Swarupa, and that Swarupa is beyond the time and the Maya. That is the main point we said. And now in this sloka, what is said? In this sloka, it is said that Atma Tattva Vishuddhyartham. So for the sake of Atma Tattva Vishuddhyartham means, what is the meaning of this? What is the Atma Tattva Vishuddhyartham? Yeah. To know the fact, Atma Tattva Vishuddhyartham. Yadaha Bhagavan Ritam Brahmane Darshayan Rupam Avyalikavatadutaha. So what Lord did? So his eternal and transcendental form before Brahma, and that is the objective goal for purifying the conditions. Lord showed for the Brahmaji, Lord showed his transcendental form. For who, what kind of Brahmaji? Avyalika Vratadrutaha. When Brahmaji take up the severe penance, then Lord appeared to him to purpose of what? And also he came and he said the Bhagavan aha. Bhagavan also said jnana, actually some knowledge he gave. That is, what is the purpose? Atma Tattva Vishuddhyartham. So that means Brahmaji should know the Atma Tattva means here Bhagavat Tattvam. You can take as Atma Tattvam as Bhagavat Tattvam. Is the science of the both God and the living entity. Here Atma Tattva means science of the God and living entity. That knowledge is told to him, to the Brahmaji. So while showing his form, that knowledge is told to Brahmaji by Supreme Lord while showing his form. When he showed that, when Brahmaji did tapasya, worship, when he worshipped him, then only he appeared and he showed his form, so that Brahmaji can get the pure knowledge about this himself and also about the Lord. That is the meaning of this sloka. Okay, clear? So now the point is, nanu kala mayayoho paratare tatve kim yatra rameta tatra atma tattvasya sviya tattvasya vishuddhi jnanam tadartham dashamasya vishuddhyartham itivat yadva atmanah jivasya tattvanam chittadinam vishuddhyartham. You will be seeing in the in the next 10th chapter. What is the 10th chapter you are going to see? In the 10th chapter, there are the 10 topics are there. In the 10th of topics, there are the atra sargo visargacha sthanam poshanam utayah manvantareshanu kataha. There are the 10 topics. These 10 topics are said. That means every Purana is having these 10 characteristics. Out of that, these 9 characteristics are there. What is the purpose of those 9? Dasamasya vishuddhyartham. For the knowing 10th one, these 9 are required. And actually 9 are not the goal. 10th one is only the goal. Just to know that, we should know the 9. Similarly here, there dasamasya vishuddhyartham. Here what? Atma tattva vishuddhyartham. Understanding? Dasamasya vishuddhyartham, how it is there, same way here. Atma tattva vishuddhyartham. What is the meaning of Atma tattva? Atma tattva means swarupa of his own. Also here, that you can take his own swarupa, to know his own swarupa. So yad ritam satyam chidganam rupam darshayannaha. So that means for Brahmaji, in the Brahmaji's case, so Brahmaji should know his own position. For that purpose, Lord said following things. Yadaha means Lord is going to say. What he said? That Bhagavatam he said. Chatusloki Bhagavatam. So by giving his darshan also. Yat ritam satyam chidganam rupam darshanaha chatusloki bhagavatam upadidesha. In this sloka, what we are seeing? We are seeing that yad aha, Bhagavan said that. Bhagavan said. What Bhagavan said? For the Atma Suddhi, Atma Tattva Vishuddhi, what Bhagavan said? Bhagavan said, Chatusloki Bhagavatam. To whom? Brahmane. So while doing what? Rupam darshayan. While showing his form. Pata nahi kya samajh. So Bhagavatam Upadesha atra hetuhu. Why he showed his form and why he preached this? Why he is not preaching to you and you and you? Why he preached to only Brahmaji? Avyali kavrata adrutaha. That means the Lord will be satisfied by the vrata. That means vrata means you should take here bhakti. Avyalikena vratena. That means nishkapataya bhaktya. So Lord is going to show his form to whom? Whoever is going to do nishkapata bhakti. Brahmaji did that. That's why he is showing his form. Ayam bhavaha. That means, what is the meaning of this sloka? Jivasya avidyaka deha sambandha ishwarasya tu yogamaya chidgana leela vigraha avirbhava iti mahan visheshaha vaktaha iti Swami Charanaha. Swami Charanaha is saying what? Jiva is having the body which is made of avidya. We already read. Jiva is getting the connection with the body because of Maya, means because of avidya. And Ishvara is showing his form. Because of this, Jivatma is came to know about himself. Means Lord's body is out of Vidya, Chit Shakti. This is the difference between the two bodies. If you show your body, if you show your body to one Jiva, then what will happen? Nothing is going to happen. If you see material body, so let us take then Lord's body is also material. So then this Jivatma can come to know his Swarupa by that appearance, by that darshan. No. If that is going to happen, we are seeing so many material bodies every day. Then we should get darshan and also we should come out from that. Instead of that, you will get entanglement. If you see the beautiful body, instead of getting the you will be attached more. So, but Lord's body is such a way, and by seeing, by getting the darshan of that body, you are relieved from the Maya. Deha Sambandha is out. So, what is the second question asked by our dear Parishit Maharaj? He was asking, both the Lord and the common living entities assume bodies. What is the specific difference between them? What is the difference? This is the difference. Okay. This is answer actually. The Mahan Vishesha, there is a great difference between the Lord's body. Chidgana Leela Vigraha Virbhava. Srila Sukadeva Goswami is answering like this. This is the second question's answer. Dvitiya prashnasya uttaram uktam. Two questions are already answered. Atma Tattvam is, see the purport, is the science of the God. Science of the both God and the living entity. Both the Supreme Lord and the living entity are known as Atma. The Supreme Lord is called Paramatma and the living entity is called the Atma. The Brahma or the Jiva. Both Paramatma and Jivatma being transcendental to the material energy are called Atma. Sukadeva Goswami explains this verse with the aim of purifying the truth of both Paramatma and Jivatma. Atma Tattva Vishuddhyartham. So next in the first paragraph, except the Bhakti Yoga, any method for realization of Atma Tattva or the science of Atma will prove deceptive in the long run. That means only Bhakti Yoga is the best yoga. Because how can you say Bhakti Yoga? Avyalika Vratadrutaha. What is the meaning of that? Nishkapatya Bhaktya. There's a Bhakti. Why Lord is giving darshan to him and giving the gnana for him, real knowledge? because Brahmaji is doing the bhakti. Huh? Huh? Where, Prabhu? In the Mula. Avyalika. I'm not able to. What is that? Can you take the mic? Only one mic?
Hare Krishna.
Yes.
So it says Nishkapatya Bhaktya
Ah.
Adritaha. So what's the meaning of the
Oh,
word?
Adrataha.
Yeah.
So, Avyalika Vata Adrataha. Adrataha means Bhaktya Adrataha. Lord is respected actually by the Nishkapata Bhakti. The one who is respected by the Avyalika Bhakti. Glorified otherwise, respected or glorified. Worshipped. Adrataha. The one who is worshipped by the Avyalika Bhakti. Who is that? That is Bhagavan. That means what? He is showing darshan means Brahmaji did that. That's the point. So see in this second paragraph, his transcendental form is 100% spiritual, and one can see him only by spiritualized vision. After proper discharge of tapasya or penance in pure bhakti yoga. The form of the Lord manifested before Brahma is not one of the forms with which we have experienced in the material world. Brahmaji didn't perform such a severe types of penances just to see a form of material production. So that's why that means Brahmaji didn't perform that for seeing some material body. No. What is the use? Brahmaji is so intelligent, he will not do like that. Therefore, the question by Parshit Maharaj about the form of the Lord is answered. The form of the Lord is Satchidananda, or eternal, full of knowledge and full of bliss. But the material form of the living being is neither eternal nor full of knowledge nor blissful. That is the distinction between the form of the Lord and that of the conditioned soul. The conditioned soul, however, can regain his form of eternal knowledge and bliss simply by seeing the Lord by means of Bhakti Yoga. Avyalika Vratadrutena. So Darshayan. So that means Lord while showing. That's why here Prabhupada is writing. So by getting darshan of the Lord, so one will be coming out from this ignorance. And he will regain his eternal knowledge. Okay. Question. Okay.
Sridhar Swami explains the difference between the body of Lord and the body of living entity,
Yeah.
and same Prabhupada follows. But how is it comes from from the shloka? From which part of shloka they write this commentary?
This is coming from the. So what is happening? Brahmaji is seeing the body of the Lord, and that is cause for the getting the Atma Tattva. Brahmaji is able to know about himself. Brahmaji is also able to know about the Bhagavat Tattva. Atma Tattva means Jiva Tattva and Bhagavat Tattva. Atma means either Jiva or the Bhagavan. So Brahmaji is knowing about the pure knowledge. Brahmaji is able to know about the Bhagavan. Is knowing about himself. Because of what? Because of getting the darshan of Lord. And that's why Lord's body is transcendental. Clear? Not clear.
Acharyas is giving.
Yeah. Yes. Brahmaji did a great vrata, that is Bhakti Yoga. Then after that, Lord appeared and he gave darshan. And also he told the Chatusloki Bhagavatam. So what is the reason for this? So Atma Tattva Vishuddhyartham. That means, so Brahmaji got the pure knowledge about the Atma and the Lord. That means Jivatma and also his own Swarupa and also Lord Swarupa. So that means from this context you should understand. So by Lord's darshan, his getting the pure knowledge means that is a transcendental body. That's the point. But the Supreme Lord has no such temporary forms like conditioned souls. So Jivatmas, they don't have any temporary. Yeah, they have temporary bodies, but Lord's body is transcendental. Both Sukadev Goswami and Maharaj Parikshit attained perfection through the medium of Srimad Bhagavatam. So also in this Yadaha, that means Srimad Bhagavatam was told, Chatusloki Bhagavatam was told by the Lord to that Brahmaji. So that's why Prabhupada is writing in this paragraph about this Srimad Bhagavatam. So Srimad Bhagavatam is as good as that of the Vedas. Thus, the topics of Srimad Bhagavatam is the science of both the Lord and living entity. So regularly reading of hearing of Srimad Bhagavatam is also performance of Bhakti Yoga, and one can attain highest perfection simply by the association of Srimad Bhagavatam. So Srimad Bhagavatam is only said. He didn't say any other thing. That's why Chatusloki Bhagavatam. Bhagavatam is the highest essence of all the Vedas. Okay, thank you very much.